everyone, and welcome back. The topic for today's reading is how do men view you? So we're mostly looking at surface level relationships, acquaintances, men you're not too close to, so men in general. We will be doing another one where we're looking at men that are closer to you, the men in your lives, partners, family members, that kind of thing. But today, just men in general. I recently did one on how do women view you. I don't think I was in the best place when I did that reading. I think it focused a little bit too much on the negative, unfortunately, but so I'm not too proud of it. I might redo that one, but I will link it below for those of you who are interested. But anyway, today we're looking at how do men view you. So let's get started. Today we have 3 groups to choose from. This is 1, 2, and 3. We have different decks to choose from today. So for group 1, we have the Bianco Nero Tarot deck. For group 2, this is the Medieval Scapini Tarot deck. And for group 3, we have the Night Sun Tarot deck. So as always, take as much time as you need to decide which group you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video if you need, but when you're ready, please go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Bianco Nero Tarot deck today. So we are looking today at how men view you. So men in general, not necessarily the men you're close to. We will do a different reading for that, but let's just get started. Spirit, for group 1, how do men view group 1? How do men view group 1? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this incense has been burning for like 5 minutes and it just started going crazy. So I don't know what's going on with you, group 1, but I hope everything's going okay between you and the men in your life right now. So we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out, okay? Spirit, how do men view group 1? 7 of Wands, okay, so whether you are or not, you're coming across as someone who works very hard and is very successful. You seem like you make a lot of money and you take good care of yourself. It's even a little bit intimidating for some of them. I'm feeling, yeah, intimidating. You work really hard. You're not afraid to put a lot of slow, dedicated work in over a long period of time. At least you're coming across this way. So I might be picking up some co-workers here, colleagues, that kind of thing. So we have the King of Cups. Spirit, how do you, this incense is going crazy, you guys. Okay, so we have the Strength card. So yeah, I do feel like some of you who have chosen this group, there is some sort of like negativity going on between you and at least one of these men I'm picking up here. So I'm really sorry for whatever that is. Because yeah, my incense only does this like when it's like a really heavy energy. So I hope you can still see the cards here. So honestly, it might be a water sign man that you might be having a little bit of trouble with, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or just strongly in their chart, like a stellium or something. But yeah, with the Strength card here, I'm also seeing there's a lot of you having to draw upon your inner strength here in regards to some of the relationships with the men in your life. And I didn't mean to pick this up here, but I feel like I'm being called to say that. But, okay, so to get back to how men in general view you, I feel like they view you as very balanced and fair, very hardworking, intimidating, okay? So if you're a fellow man, you might just be, you might just have kind of an intimidating stature. If you're a woman, I feel like you're just very, very confident to the point it might be intimidating for men to even approach you because you seem like you have a lot going for you. It does seem like you work hard and you're making a lot of money, but I'm also getting kind of physical strength here as well with the Strength card. So if you are if you are a man, I feel like your fellow men might find you intimidating, and that you are just, you might just have a big, strong stature, that kind of thing. But if you're a woman, I'm seeing you might be very fit, or at least you seem that way. Because I'm getting a lot of physical fitness with this strength card here. Spirit, can we please get some more information? How do men view group 1? So we have the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, working hard, balancing a lot of responsibilities, but we have Death. Yeah, it's an intimidating energy. So men might find you actually a bit unapproachable because of this. I'm also getting a lot of strong Scorpio energy here. Spirit, how do men view group 1? We have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, I was getting balance was what I was hearing with this King of Cups card. So you seem like you're hardworking and maybe intimidating from like a distance, but it's like once they get to know you, you seem fair, kind, and balanced. But I feel like it's a thing that doesn't necessarily match your outward appearance or your outward demeanor, to the point where it might seem a little bit surprising. Because I feel like this intimidating kind of energy is a surface level thing. It's like how you look, it's how you carry yourself. But then like, it's like once they get to know you, it is, you seem really fair, you seem really balanced. Like the kind of person someone would want to be in a relationship with. But it's like, there's still a fear around it. Like if men are interested in you romantically and they want to ask you out, I feel like it's like they're scared of fucking it up, basically. Like they're scared to approach you, or once they do, it's like, okay, this person seems fantastic. They are hardworking, they're successful, they take care of themselves, they're attractive, they take care of their body, their mind, their soul, their finances, and they also seem really sweet and caring. So it's just kind of this, once they're trying to get to know you a little better, it's like they're scared they're going to say the wrong thing and push you away really quickly. Because I feel like you seem fair, but it's like you still have this kind of intimidating outward demeanor or appearance that, I don't know, it makes them scared that they're going to say the wrong thing and you're going to cut them off really quickly. But I don't feel like you're that type of person, because the King of Cups really isn't like that. The King of Cups gives people chances, isn't cutting people off for saying stupid things. But I feel like there's kind of this fear around here, like I was saying. Spirit, how do men view group 1? We have the 2 of Wands. Yeah, very, very independent. And I feel like that's kind of why you might give off this kind of intimidating type of energy, is just because you carry yourself really well. There's a lot of confidence here. We also have 3-2, so there's a lot of balance here. You might have a lot of physical symmetry as well that makes you, well, physically attractive, because symmetry is usually considered pretty conventionally attractive. So you might have a lot of symmetry in your facial features, or your body shape is really balanced as well. So it's like just you seem like you have a balanced life going on for you, balanced features. You have kind of a fair kind of way of treating people, if that makes sense. I just picked up this deck and I'm noticing the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So you might actually get a lot of messages and attention from men in general. Spirit, how do men view group 1? How do men view group 1? So we have Temperance. Again, more of this balance. And I do feel like it's physical balance. Like I am feeling like a lot of you really take good care of your bodies, and you might also just have some nice, naturally symmetrical, nice looking features, easy on the eyes. Spirit, how do men view group 1? Nine of Pentacles, absolutely. This is what I've been talking about. This is kind of what I was picking up in the very beginning. This very independent, financially successful, hardworking. You don't really need anybody else. And I feel like that's kind of giving off a lot of that intimidating energy. You might also dress really nicely as well, and that might contribute to some of that. I also keep being drawn to the fact that on the Temperance card, this is an angel. You seem kind of angelic. Your personality, it's like you seem intimidating on the outside because of, I feel like, this Nine of Pentacles energy, that you're hardworking, you have everything going for you. People are scared of getting rejected. It's not that, I'm not even feeling angry bitch face in this group. It's like just intimidating because people are afraid of getting rejected, if that makes sense. I feel like you have a kind face, kind eyes. And I think that's why I'm being drawn to the fact that the Temperance card is an angel. You have a kind of really, like, you radiate a lot of love, but for some reason it's still intimidating. Like, yeah, it's just because you have so much going for you, I feel. Yeah, just like perfect body, perfect, yeah, just on top of things. You don't really need anybody. You're very, very independent. So the intimidating energy, I feel, if you're like a woman and these are straight men, I feel like it's because they're afraid of getting rejected. But this intimidating energy, if you're a man, it's just your stature might just be big, and that kind of intimidating. Spirit, how do men view group 1? We have Death, that's twice. Okay, so I was getting Scorpio from this, and then we have the Scorpio card twice. So there's definitely some heavy Scorpio energy in this group. Spirit, can we clarify, why do we keep getting the Death card here, other than the Scorpio energy? Why do we keep getting the Death card? So we have the Nine of Wands and the King of Swords. Okay, so some of you in this group, you might have really been through a lot of very trying times, like, I want to say even abuse for some of you, in which case I am so, so sorry. And I feel like a lot of men can actually see that. They can read it in your eyes. Like, this is where I was picking up kind eyes, this angelic presence. So I feel like you've really overcome it. You've kind of transmuted it, because the Death card is a lot about transmutation, right? Taking a lot of our pain from the past and building it into something very, very beautiful. Like, you've transmuted your pain into love here. And I feel like that's kind of why you have kind of this angelic, loving aura, these kind eyes. Is I feel like some men can read into that, and they can see that you might have had a very difficult past, or you've had very trying relationships with men, and like happened in the beginning, my incense was going crazy, and that only happens when the energy's a little bit difficult, a little bit tough. But I feel like you haven't let that tear you down. In fact, you've used it as a way to build this loving presence, this loving aura, this angelic aura. And maybe that's one of the reasons that you might come across as a little intimidating, is they don't want to like add to any pain they're noticing as well. That's only for some of you, but yeah, I feel like that's only the more understanding, empathic men that can kind of feel and see what other people are going through, or what other people have gone through, and they can see that it's your trials that you've overcome that are kind of what give you this loving angelic vibe. It's beautiful. Spirit, to close this out, how do men view group 1 here? How do men view group 1? Okay, so we have Forchetti on these cards. They say fairness and judgment on it, and fairness is one of the words I was getting from this King of Cups card. So it's also just, I'm getting kind of a youthful, kind presence from this guy's face as well. So I feel like you treat people very kindly, very angelically, and men notice that. I feel like this intimidating energy is they just like don't feel necessarily good enough to be around you. But they like being in your presence. It's kind of healing with the Temperance card here. It helps them kind of transmute their pain as well. Just being in the presence of kind of a loving vibration here. This was a very, very sweet reading, group one. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me share this energy. I know some of you might actually be going through a difficult time right now, and I'm wishing you the best, but we have the Strength card here. You're a strong person, you're a loving person, you're a kind, beautiful person from this energy that I'm picking up. So thank you so much for letting me share it, and thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, please give this video a like and a comment. Subscribe if you liked this. Feel free to watch my other videos as well. I got a lot of pick a cards on my channel. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Medieval Scapini Tarot deck today. Nice choice. This deck has a lot of fun imagery, and it's really fun to read with. So today we are looking at how do men view you. We're mostly looking at surface level acquaintances, men in general, how they view you. We will be doing another reading for how the men in your life, the men who are close to you, how they view you. But this is mostly just men in general today. So let's get started. Spirit, for group 2, how do men view group 2? How do men view group 2? So we have the 3 of Wands. We have the 4 of Coins. So this is a weird mix of energy. Give me a minute here, because it's like a little hard to interpret, because with the 3 of Wands, what I'm hearing is free-spirited, but the 4 of Coins is also giving me like this guarded energy. So it's like you seem really free-spirited and fun, but you're still not letting anybody close to you, or the men are perceiving you that way, that you don't want them to get too close. So it's kind of a weird mix of energy. Spirit, how do men view group 2? We have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's just kind of a little bit of coldness to this energy I'm picking up, like in the men you've interacted to. Like, I feel like that your outward appearance is like really fun and free-spirited. This is like the exact opposite of group 1. It's so funny. But like it's when they try to approach you, you seem guarded, like you're trying to push them away, like you don't want to talk to them. You seem cold, and again, if this is not actually how you mean to come across or who you actually are, I'm just picking up how men are perceiving you here, so it might not actually be accurate to who you are. But you seem fun, so I feel like men try to approach you, but then you seem really closed off, like you don't want to be talking to them. And I mean, that could come from a variety of things. Like if you're kind of shy when people approach you or talk to you, a lot of people can read that as kind of guarded and closed off, even if you don't mean to come across that way. But some of you might just not want to be talking to some of the men that approach you. Like maybe they're just like not your type, or not the type of people you want to be talking to. Spirit, how do men view group 2? So we have the Page of Swords. Again, this is just, it's very airy, air energy. So some of you might have a lot of strong air in your chart. Aquarius, what are the other? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Or especially in your 3rd chart, that might be ruled, 3rd house, that might be ruled by an air sign. But it's just like your communication with them seems kind of cold and calculated. And it just, I feel like this is coming up because I feel like they see you and you seem like fun, free-spirited, outgoing, playful, and then like, but then you just seem kind of closed off, like you don't want to be talking to them. And it might just be that like you have a lot of people talking to you and you're just like, you get tired of it sometimes, or you're shy or something like that. Spirit, how do men view group 2? How do men view group 2? We have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, some of you might have just a lot of men talking to you, and I feel like you might just be tired of it. Some of you might even just work in customer service, so I totally get it. Like you're just sick of having to put on a smile all day long. That's only for some of you, of course. Spirit, how do men view group 2? The Ace of Wands. Okay, so physically attractive. Definitely like sexy, physically attractive, but this is also like that free-spirited, playful energy as well. But yeah, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Coins, there's something very guarded about you. At least men are perceiving you that way. Like guarded, closed off, or maybe you're just closed off to the men I'm picking up in general. But yeah, Ace of Wands, this is kind of sexually passionate energy, so I do feel like men do find you physically attractive. Spirit, how do men view group 2? How do men view group 2? Two of Swords. Again, more swords. I'm hearing compromising though. Compromising? So I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'm picking up some specific story there. Spirit, how do men view group 2? Ace of Cups. That's 2 aces. Wow. So yeah, you seem bright, happy, playful, sexy, but I feel like maybe because you're like that, maybe you attract a lot of men. If you're like a woman and like these are men that are physically attracted to you, you might just attract a lot of men because of this energy, but then you have so many and they're not all your type that maybe you're just pushing a lot of them away, and that's kind of why I'm getting this closed off energy, is just because you have so much attention from men coming at you that you're kind of tired of it, or it's just almost, with the Nine of Wands here, it's like exhausting to keep dealing with it. But yeah, it's just all kind of closed off and cold, but it's like we have, you know, happy, playful, physically attractive. Definitely, if they're physically attracted to you, definitely they are imagining you naked. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's interesting. I'm also seeing a few tears with this Ace of Cups card. I know this isn't going to resonate with everybody, but it seems like some of the men I'm picking up, they've like witnessed you crying. And it's like this is a very specific story, so obviously this doesn't resonate with everybody, but what I'm seeing is someone crying and like a man or some men trying to comfort you, but you're like pushing them away. Like you just don't want to deal with it, or you don't want to be seen that way. Maybe you just don't want to be seen as emotional here. And so men, I feel like, again, this is a specific story, but like if that happened to you, I feel like those men are feeling you as kind of cold, like you don't really want anyone's help or anything. And I have a 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck as I'm saying that, so I feel like these might be closer friends, like men that are friends with you. Spirit, how do men view group 2? How do men view group 2? 10 of Wands. So busy, overburdened. I am getting that again at work. So someone in this group works at customer service, and I feel like you're just tired of people's shit and having to, you know, act so happy all the time around certain men, or maybe even like a server or something like that. Spirit, how do men view group 2? But yeah, definitely busy, a little bit tired too with the 9 of Wands here. But it's like you're still coming across as though you have a lot of energy, because we have the Ace of Wands and the 3 of Wands here as well. So we have the World. Spirit, how do men view group 2? Page of Wands. Definitely cute, okay? Like if you're a woman especially, like cute, fresh-faced. Again, lots of physical attractiveness coming through here. Lots of picturing you naked, as I said before. So this group must have something nice going on with your body here. But I feel like with the World card, and of course with the 10 of Wands here, you just have a lot going for you. And I feel like maybe that's why you must have a lot of men coming your way, a lot of men approaching you, because I'm seeing like there's just a ton of men like stacked on top of each other on this card. So I feel like that's what's happening here with you, group 2. A lot of men messaging you, reaching out to you, talking to you on the street randomly, however they're approaching you. Spirits, let's close this out here for group 2. How do men view group 2? How do men view group 2? So we have Scotty. She is the goddess of the hunt, I believe. On these cards, they say ambition, the hunt. So it just feels like, again, men, if you're a woman, men do like to picture you, okay? They really like your body. There's something about it that's very, very attractive here. But it seems like you have a lot of options. That's what I'm kind of getting with this huntress energy here, is like you can basically hunt for any option you want and you can have that, and it just, you know, it makes it so you have to push away a lot of people too and kind of be cold. When you have a lot of people after you, that's just kind of what happens. It's kind of exhausting for people to have so many people interested in you. So I think that's kind of where the cold energy is coming from. Not necessarily that you're a cold person, because we have all of these other cards to indicate that you're not. I just feel like you might just have to, unfortunately, reject a lot of people because you have so much going for you. But anyway, group 2, I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please give this video a like and a comment. Subscribe if you enjoyed this, because I make a lot of pick a cards like this. Feel free to check out all the others on my channel as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye! Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Night Sun Tarot deck today. I love this deck. It has a kind of different energy from any other deck that I've ever had, and I'm very, very connected to it, so I think this will be good. Today we're looking at how men view you. So this is men in general, not necessarily the men close to you. I'm kind of picking up more just surface level interactions with men. We'll do a different reading where we look more closely at the men that you're close to in your life. So men you're in relationships with, men in your family, that kind of thing. But today, just men in general. So let's get started. Spirit, for, I'm out of breath all of a sudden, this is crazy. Spirit, for group 3, how do men view group 3? How do men view group 3? So we have the Hanged Man. Spirit, how do men view group 3? 7 of Swords. Spirit, how do men view group 3? Ace of Swords. I feel like you're not afraid to tell the truth, and that makes some men feel really uncomfortable, but other men really appreciate it. Just because, you know, that's just how truth works. Some people don't like to hear it, and other people really appreciate it. I feel like you're not afraid to, like, even if you've just met them, you're not necessarily afraid to be authentic. You know, a lot of people are just overly polite, not wanting to necessarily say what's on their mind. But, like, people are kind of expecting a surface level interaction when they approach you or when they start talking to you, but I feel like just a lot of real shit just gets said by you, and I feel like it catches people off guard. Because with the Hanged Man here, what I'm seeing is you're almost forcing the men around you to change their perspective, witness their own lies or inauthenticity. You're not afraid to point that out. And I feel like, obviously, that kind of behavior or truth-telling it's very polarizing, right? So especially men who have this kind of Seven of Swords energy where they just like, they're not very authentic, they kind of lie, compulsive liars, that type of thing. They don't like hearing the truth, but it seems like you are a very clear, authentic person. And so, yeah, people that are inauthentic, or men, since that's what I'm picking up, men that are inauthentic, they really don't like that. They don't like that you can see through them, see through what they're saying, see into them. But then, you know, more authentic men, and I feel like this is the majority of them, since this is the first card that came up, they kind of appreciate this authenticity, making them change their perspective or their own behavior. I feel like they also kind of feel exposed because you can see so much or know so much here. So this is either speaking a truth or knowing a truth with the Ace of Swords here. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this is actually speaking honestly and authentically, and it catches people off guard, but otherwise it might just be that you seem to know the truth. You can see through people, you can see into them. And so this, yeah, it makes Seven of Swordsy people very uncomfortable, but it makes the majority of men here, I feel like they appreciate it. They appreciate kind of being exposed to the truth, being forced to kind of look at their own behavior or their own authenticity. So this is very interesting. Very, very interesting, group 3. So, Spirit, how do men view a group 3? How do men view group 3? So we have the 9 of Swords. So again, this is exactly what I was just saying. This is Spirit confirming it. So your ability to see, speak, or know the truth, be so authentic, or see how genuine people are, know if they're lying to you, not afraid to state if you think someone's lying to you, not afraid to be blunt. This causes anxiety in 7 of Swordsy types, but on this particular 9 of Swords card, it's not all just about anxiety, right? We have kind of a bright sun imagery on this cards, and like a new flower growing. So I do feel like if it catches some men off guard, especially men that want to improve, men that appreciate the authenticity, they love how it forces them to kind of grow like this flower here. It shines a light on things about themselves that they want to change, and they kind of like the exposure to the truth. They like the exposure to the authenticity. This is very, very interesting, group 3. Spirit, how do men view group 3? How do men view group 3? So we have the 4 of Pentacles. That's interesting. It came up in group 2, but it had a very different energy. Your group is complicated, group 3. You're complicated people here. So, Spirit, how do men view group 3? We have the Hierophant. So, structured, secure. Yeah, that's what it is. You're very secure in who you are, and that's why you kind of have this honest, very authentic, I cannot speak today, this very authentic like energy, this very authentic presence, because you're very, very secure in yourself. But you're also very, very aware of how other people are. Like, you can see the truth. It's because you're so true to yourself. I feel like you know the truth in other people and other men when they approach you. And like, yeah, you make them feel exposed. Like, their darker sides too are feeling exposed here. But it's interesting because you're just so secure in yourself. You're so secure in your own truth that it's like hard for you not to see the truth in other people. And, you know, when that happens, it makes people feel, you know, 9 of Swordsy, anxious or uncertain. Spirit, how do men view group 3? What an interesting group. We have the Chariot. So you might be fast talking or fast thinking. I'm getting a high intelligence here. So fast talking, probably some strong Mercury, what's the word? The strong Mercury, like conjunction or trines or something in your chart. But yeah, you're seeming highly, highly intelligent to these men here. And I almost said other men, so maybe quite a few men chose this group as well. But yeah, very educated as well with the Hierophant here. So intelligent, educated, very secure in yourself. Spirit, how do men view group 3? We have the Two of Swords. Yeah, you make, it's like, I keep wanting to say people in this group. So maybe this energy is just kind of also how women are perceiving you as well, even though I'm only meaning to pick up men. But I think it's just because this is how your personality is. You are so honest, you are so truthful, you are so aware, you are so intelligent that, you know, this is probably more than just the men in your life. But we'll try to get more specific in a minute with the men here. But this is like you make people confront the truth within themselves, like the things that they avoid, because you can see it. You can see clearly. You can see the truth. It's honestly funny, like the reactions I'm kind of feeling from people, because it is like people are kind of scared of how much you can see into them. Spirit, how do men view group 3? How do men view group 3? We have Temperance. That came up in group 2 as well, but this is a very different vibe from group 2. So we have, yeah, Temperance. Spirit, how do men view group 3? We have the Magician. It's 2 major arcana here. Spirit, how do men view group 3? 10 of Swords. So it's interesting, this keeps coming up. Like, these are the different ways you make the different men feel with your truth. There's men that feel like they want to grow when they're exposed to, like, your intelligence, your education, your security, your authenticity. But then there's other men that feel, like, really hurt. Like, you can, you know, see their weak spots. But there's a fairness about it here with the Temperance card, because all you're doing is being authentic, all you're doing is being truthful, all you're doing is being secure in yourself, and you can't help your intelligence and your awareness. This is so interesting, group 3. Spirit, how do men view group 3? How do men view group 3? Yeah. Heartbreaking. It's the same thing I was just saying with the 10 of Swords. How do men view group 3? We have the Fool. Yeah, I think most men, again, as I was saying, they really appreciate it, and they don't think that by being truthful or even seeing into the harsher aspects of other people, like, you don't mean anything negative by it. You're just being real. You're just being real, honestly, truly yourself here. And finally, Spirit, how do men view group 3? How do men view group 3? So we have Tyr. So Tyr is the god of law. On these cards, they say conflict, counsel, justice. So I just, again, that this is about exactly what I've been saying this whole reading. This is about getting to the truth of the matter. That's what the god Tyr is all about. Getting to the truth, the reality, the fair, balanced side of the situation, being decisive. So, yeah. What an interesting group 3. You guys are obviously very intelligent, very authentic people. I think we'd get along pretty well. I love this. So anyway, I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a like and a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here, especially if you like pick a cards, because I do a lot of them here. Feel free to check out my others on my channel page as well. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.